takes what's yours. And this is our game. It's our time. There's trying to take it from us. So that makes it shit personal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We came back with them, baby. L's up, baby. Let them links know. JT in the house tonight. Sunday night talking Bama. JT, your host right here, guys. We here on the Bama Standard Network. We got my man JB right below me. My man Stephen M. Smith up top. How we doing tonight, JB? How we living, brother?
Bro, we living good, feeling good. Boy, coming off a shutout victory yesterday. It was good to see my people. Stephen M. went letters in the skybox. They had
that was not my fault.
They had big steaks up there and everything, but it's all
good. No piece of steak up there. We had them same old mid hot dogs, man, and they wouldn't even tell me they were having the same meal. Ain't no piece of steak up there.
Well, I'm good, bro. I had me a Connecticut dog and some popcorn. I'm good, brother.
I had one of them Connecticut's. I had one of them Connecticut's with you too, JB. I ate one of them bad boys. That was pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
So we was at the game, y'all.
Actually, all three of us,
yeah. Was at the game.
Yeah, we were all at the game. It saw different angles. JB was on one side. I was in the end zone. Yep. Stephen M. Smith was up in the box. So we had a bird's eye view of a lot of stuff that happened. Stephen M. Smith, how you living tonight, brother?
Man, I'm good. I mean, I left the game going, there's still that Bama bully, joyless murder ball. It's still there. It's there. It hasn't left anywhere. It's just now stacking games on top of each other, right? Pulling that thing all the way out because it's still there. There's still that if Bama wants to wear you out, it can still wear you out, even under Coach DeBoer. It's just now, you know, doing it consistently. Yes, no diddy, Justin. Yes.
It is definitely doing the consistently part. But something you got to think about too here. And I think, well, first off, before we get into it, I was actually about to go straight into our first topic. Before we get to the topic, guys, let's talk about our sponsors real quick, guys. For our main sponsor, Workspace Solutions, if your business needs a digital presence, a full-fledged marketing team, a SEO, and more, they're who you need to contact today, guys, right here at the bottom, workspacepros.com. And also, guys, in the comments, thank you, guys. Shout out to y'all in the comments real quick. Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. JB, let the beautiful people know who else we're sponsored by here at Talking
All y'all in the comments, y'all need to get you a title towel. If you don't have one already and you're coming to Bryant-Denny Stadium, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny, you need to get your title towel. Go to whitwheelsports.com. Use the promo code STANDARD. You get your nice discount courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standards.
Yes, sir. So we in there tonight, baby. I love that, love that, love that. Also, guys, if you're watching us on X, make sure you come over to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, get the video a like, check out all the videos, all the shows we have, all the Bama content you can think of, and then some. Leave your comments in the comment box as well, guys, tonight. For any questions, any concerns, anything you want to talk about, chat about, we're going to have a segment at the end of the show. We're going to bring all the questions back up, and we'll run through all these questions and give our thoughts and opinions and any actual insight information we have on whatever the question is, guys. But go ahead and drop those questions for us, guys. We're going to roll right into the first topic tonight, and the first topic is why Stephen M. Smith would not let me and JB in the box.
Look, y'all. Look, y'all. There was absolutely no snow cones, no steaks, no nothing in there.
Okay.
Now, if they would have had something in there worth bragging about, I would have picked up the phone. Hey, y'all, get up here. They got them. But they didn't have anything. I'm telling you, I walked in there. I was disappointed.
My wife was telling me, so why don't you just call him real quick? And
Hey,
thought it was funny, man.
I said, man, just throw me a hot dog, brother. I mean,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Throw your boy.
Look, ketchup, little mustard on it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy.
I don't need nothing on mine. Throw your boy.
Okay. So this will be my reminder for the future. Just throw the hot dog down. This will be my reminder.
That's it. But guys, so as we normally start the show, guys, 24-hour recap. Missouri homecoming yesterday. A lot of old faces in town, guys, wanting to show back up, show their support for the team, which I think is exactly what we needed. We needed a little bit of taste of the old school. We had a little bit of taste of those national champions, of that, just being around that, that aura. I think we needed that. I think it helped out big. I'll touch some little bases here, and I'll kind of pass to JB, and then we'll go to Stephen M. Smith right here. The run game, Haynes was 8 for 79, 1 touchdown. Miller, 11 for 48, 1 touchdown. Young, 3 carries, 1 big run, but it was 63 yards altogether. Milroe had 11 carries for 50 yards. He had that touchdown on the edge too. So a lot of running there, a lot of running, guys. Milroe's connecting with different wide receivers and different tight ends, not the same ones over and over again. We're seeing different reads from him now. The defense is getting better and better each week. We'll talk about that as well. And something else I want to talk about, I don't know if you guys know that that shutout right there was the 13th time Alabama's done that in the last 10 years. That's the most that's been done in the last 10 years too, 13 of them. There's been 2 of those 13 has been this year. So keep that in mind too. When we talking stats. And all I'm going to say is my man, Air Bray, baby. Air Bray came across them, boy, got up on him. My man said he didn't know what to do after he picked the ball off. He got up, was just like, that's why he said he ran 70 yards down the field. Bro said he didn't know what to do. But, man, there was a lot of great things, JB. That was a little bit of a recap, just some little bullet points right there, man. Kind of catch everybody up in the comments. How we feeling, JB? What is it, man? What's going on right now with the Tide? Recap from yesterday.
Well, okay, so you said a lot. I feel those same sentiments, from watching the game out there. Sluggish start. We started off, 2 drives, 2 field goals, and we really couldn't get anything going. Malachi Moore's interception really brought life into the building. It was kind of real quiet, real subtle. He caught that pick. He kind of gave us a little boost. Then we go down there, score a touchdown, make it 13-0, and we get the rolling. Yeah, we get the rolling since then. Come back for the second half, running the ball effectively. So the running backs ran wild, and it turned out to be a great effort overall. Besides the first quarter and a half on offense, the defense, like I said. Everybody who was trying to fire Kane Wommack, everybody who had all this stuff about the defense 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, now look at you. I told you, those boys have been playing. That's really the strong suit of this team right now is the defense. The Swarm D is working. They are getting turnovers. They're making big stops. They're holding teams. They're bending, but they're not breaking. So
3 picks yesterday, JB.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're getting 4 turnovers week before, but the key to winning games is to have that effort on offense, defense, special teams, right? So
that part.
The running game is really key, and I know we're going to talk more in depth about the running game. I like what I saw. Milroe did look he got comfortable later on in the game. Early, he still was missing guys, and didn't look like he knew what he wanted to do. But once they got rolling, they got rolling. Shouts out to Kane Wommack, man. We ain't firing no coaches this year, but we just gonna keep rolling with what we got. So y'all just have to
I do hope that the Southern Miss job pulls back a little bit now. You know what I'm saying? Because that's been floating around a little bit, and I don't want to. I think Kane, Stephen M. Smith said this a couple weeks ago about Kane being the right guy. We just got to get the right things, like a couple little things in place. DeBoer said that too.
Yep.
And I'll leave this to you after this, Stephen M. Smith, to get your recap on the game. But, Stephen M. Smith, elaborate on what you said a few weeks ago, was about Kane being the guy. Kane is the guy. We've had some slip-ups. There's some mess-ups, but give it a minute or two. Also, let me ask this question to everybody real quick. Has Malachi Moore played better when Keon Sabb's not on the field?
I think
Go look at the film. Go look at the film. I think it tells yourself it does. That's nothing against him, against Sabb. But I think Moore has that dog mentality when he's out there with him, and he has this I don't know. Yeah, I mean the film speaks for itself. I don't know how to say on that. But Stephen M. Smith, 24-hour recap on Missouri yesterday.
I'm gonna start this off on defense. I thought the defense swarmed Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this: The defense played well enough to beat Tennessee. The offense just didn't help it much. But the defense played well enough to beat Tennessee. Then you go out here against Missouri. Kane Wommack had these guys prepared. And I understand, well, Steven, you had, Brady Cook out there, and Mizzou had guys hurt, and Mizzou shouldn't even been ranked. The point is, you pound the team in front of you. You pound them. And you let the committee know, we are setting this journey to prove to you we're one of the best 12 teams to get in this dance. And Alabama made that start over the weekend. Coach Wommack had this defense, 3 takeaways. 3, you got a pick from Malachi, as JB mentioned, that really brought life into the whole stadium. Malachi bleeds Bama football.
Yes.
This is everything for him. So to have him start, it was huge. Then to have Bray Hubbard, who's come up big these last couple of weeks. Bray, he's a dog. And the one reason why you're seeing Malachi play with more confidence and more calmness, he's got a dog next to him, and Bray Hubbard, who doesn't want to let down his brothers, who wants to go out there and play, who wants to go out there and contribute. Back-to-back weeks, Bray Hubbard has been the second leading tackler on defense. Back-to-back weeks, Bray has stepped up. He understands. It's the next man up mentality. He's embraced that. He's playing well right now. And then to have the 3rd pick come from the Gump, Quay Russo, a lot of people don't understand. Carver High School.
3-3-4.
Carver High School contributed to that pick. James Smith pressured the quarterback into throwing it right at Quay Russo. So Carver High School played a big role in the final pick of the football game. So you give Kane Wommack credit. Bama got off the field also on 3rd down. Missouri, 3 of 13. So Bama got off the field there on 3rd down. That swarm D, it did what it's supposed to do. It did what it's supposed to do. Luther Burton, I think he only had maybe 1-2 catches. Didn't do much the entire football game. So I like what I saw from the swarm D. Offensively, second half, Bama got back to running the football. That one by Justice Haynes, where he lowered the boom and took it off of the end zone. Kalen DeBoer mentioned after the game, I saw a different level of physicality. Yes. Can Alabama continue with that throughout the remainder of the season? We had heard all week long C.J. Dupree talk about we're getting back to the little things. We're getting back to the fundamentals. We're holding guys accountable. We're doing the things that Bama needs to do. You saw Tyler Booker after the game. Man, I said some things to the team that I can't say to y'all right now, or I wouldn't be able to talk to y'all no more. So you're seeing the leadership up there. The main thing is going to be, number one, get Jalen Milroe all the way healthy if he is battling an injury. I heard from people I spoke with that he's a bit, banged up, not playing at 100%. So get him fully all the way healthy. Number one. Number 2, Nick Sheridan, you see what happens when you trust the run and you stick to it. Positive things happen. You wear teams down. Stick to that. Number 3, Jeremy Bernard has emerged as a guy Milroe can trust. Since the South Carolina game, Jerm is a guy that he's going, Jalen, hey, you don't have to throw it to Ryan Williams. I'm right here. And Jerm has stepped up, making clutch receptions. The last thing I saw, and this would be under the radar, folks, Graham Nicholson made 2 field goals. The kicker was out there, and he made 2 field goals. And people have been concerned. No Will Reichard. Is this Graham Nicholson guy good? Can he actually do it? He goes out there, makes a 46-yarder, makes a 39-yarder, which is good for his confidence, moving forward. So some good things, a lot of good. There's still some things to work on, but this is the start to show the committee we're one of the best 12. Now, build on it.
I agree.
Yes.
You kind of took the words out of my mouth when you talked about how the run game was different in the second half. The physicality was just different, and you could tell from the offensive line off the snap, you could see the jump compared to where it was before. Another thing I'll say, when we got serious about the run game, play action game started helping Bernard across the middle, started helping Ryan Williams late in that game too. He had a couple catches late in the game that was chunk plays. A lot of those came from them having to put a couple more in the box when we started running the ball better. So now going ahead to LSU right here, you got to think. We'll talk about that more at the end of the show, but that they'll put some in the box, especially with Milroe, and having all them in the box with Milroe, you'll be able to run the ball. And you'll be able to, not only when you run the ball, you'll be able to bounce it outside then. And if you bounce it outside, you'll be able to eventually go play action, go over the top, hit somebody over the top. So, you know, there'll be a lot of ways to shake that one and bounce that one. But let's see. We're going to move on real quick, guys. That was kind of the recap. Missouri, 24 hours in. You guys leave it in the comments real quick, guys, if you know, if you got some questions or you got concerns about 24-hour recap about things you saw. We'll come back and double back with that. Next topic we're going to roll into Kalen DeBoer's passion on full display, guys. There was a lot of stuff happen on Saturday, obviously. Tempers were getting crazy in the stands. Everybody was getting frustrated a little bit. You seen the sidelines get frustrated. Stephen F. Smith, I'm going to let you kind of take this one from me right here. But DeBoer was chewing a couple players out yesterday, showed some fire. He also talked about, players with the penalties at the end of the game too. So I'm going to let you kind of elaborate on that real quick with how DeBoer, man, that passion we've seen from him. I think that's what we've been needing to see. So how did you like that?
I think, guys, we're starting to see the growth of DeBoer understanding I'm now in the SEC. I know it took 7 games for this to happen. I know it's been a transition for him, but I think over the weekend and just the whole week in general, it's starting to click for Kalen DeBoer. You ain't in the Pac-12 anymore. You in grown man league. And we saw, Monday to open the week. What did he say? No excuses. We know when we came here, it was going to be tough. It was going to be difficult. We knew this. We got to get this done. And for DeBoer to go from that on Monday to having this team prepared all throughout the week of practice to then Saturday, he's getting on players. There was a moment that he and Rock Montgomery had. Now, of course, Rock has got to listen to DeBoer and look at him as he's talking to him. But there were several moments on that field that DeBoer had with players, which fans are going, okay, this is good. This is good. To which I'm like, okay, he's now understanding I'm in the SEC. And to be in the SEC, I got to balance being a good coach that my players like with I got to go out there and coach, which means if I got to get on my guys, I got to get on my guys.
Yeah.
If I got to be rough with them, I got to be rough with them. If I got to get in their face and let them know, hey, this ain't it, I have to do that. So I think DeBoer is starting to now find that balance of, yes, be a good coach, but also be that coach that holds that stick of accountability to all of your players. So that was very good to see over the weekend.
Yeah, it's old saying of called the buck stops with you. That means like it's somewhere somebody's got to call the shot. Somebody's got to make the choice. Somebody's got to make the decision. So, DeBoer getting a little fiery. I think the team needed that at this moment. I think.
You know what I like? You know what I like? I like it was more emotion on that sideline. The guys were fired up. Even the players, they were fired up, man. The end of the game, that goal line stand, when, of course, the last drive, they drove down the field on our backups. We stopped them on the goal line. It was 3rd and goal, 4th and goal. Call timeout. We're going to make sure they don't get no touchdown on us. Malachi Moore running out there. We put the starters back in. They're not getting no touchdown. We're gonna seal this shutout. And
love it.
Did you see the emotion and the energy when they got their 4th down stop? That's right there. That's that old school Alabama. We ain't letting you score. I don't care if it is in garbage time. Because I remember a game a few years ago when we let Mississippi State score on the very last play on the goal line. I was at the game, and there was some guys pissed off about that. So I like that. They stopped them. We're gonna seal this shutout and put Let's put the other guys in. Let them get some run. But
I mean, and JB, I enjoyed that myself. The last time Bama shut out an SEC opponent was 2020 against Mississippi State, the COVID year. That was 41-0. That was the last Bama shutout against an SEC team.
Huh.
I was on the field when this shutout, when that play defensively happened. LT Overton came flying off the ball, knifed his way in there, and got the big penetration to get that stop. And the way LT came off the field, you could feel the tangible energy of that. I mean, there was a play in the game where Jamarian Latham fights off his guy, gets in the backfield, makes a tackle for loss. Malachi comes flying over, hitting Latham in the chest. Like that type of energy, that type of interaction, that type of jumping around, that type of camaraderie. Quay Russo gets the peck. Everybody is dogpiling on Quay. There's the moment where Bray Hubbard gets the pick. Malachi is literally chasing this dude around, congratulating that guy. So we saw that. That was when John Allen and Ashawn and Ruben and Reggie, we saw that when those guys were playing. How there was celebration, there was excitement, there was enthusiasm. When somebody made a play, go out there and celebrate with that guy. And we saw that. So that lets us know as consumers of this program, it's there. It hasn't left anywhere. It's there. It's having that every single week.
And I'm going to say this too. We are doing this on a week-to-week basis. We can only go off of, okay, how did we improve from last week? What did we do this week? So from the Tennessee game to the Missouri game yesterday,
big improvement.
Vastly improved. The defense was solid all through, but as a team, it was a mass improvement. Even if you just looking at how they communicated, it was a lot more communication going on. Even with Jalen, he walking off the field, I saw a couple times, he's talking to his wide receivers. They meeting each other on the sideline, discussing what happened on the routes. You didn't see that during the Tennessee game.
And to kind of roll with that, JB, we'll roll into the next topic with that because you brought it up right here about the Tennessee game correlating to the Missouri game and how it's a lot better. The only thing I would say that what's holding Bama back, and we'll kind of move to this topic right here, what's holding Bama back, penalties. I'll lead off with that. There's other things. DeBoer actually said, we're living in the gray area right now on some things. We're a couple plays or a couple little things away from being that team that everybody wants us to be. And that's out of DeBoer's mouth. And the self-inflicted wounds come from when I look up and it says 7 for 75 in penalties. I'm like, what in the, like now granted, 15 of those shouldn't have counted because that one hit on Brady Cook, there was not a whistle. I mean, how do you tell a guy not to hit somebody, man? Like he thinks it's a live play.
Well,
like,
it was so loud. It was so loud. Nobody heard the whistle.
Even if it was I was about to say, even if it was a whistle, nobody heard it because it was so loud. It was that might have been one of the loudest I've heard that stadium, guys. That stadium was rocking this past weekend. Now, I know it was rocking the Georgia weekend too, but that bad boy was rocking this past weekend. That is for sure. The student
section. The student section had it rocking. I was right over there by him.
Yeah, it was. I'm talking about, man, at one point I was trying to speak to somebody next to me and like you couldn't. It wasn't even happening, man. It was like it was hand signals at that point. You throwing up gang signs. But so what's holding us back, Stephen M. Smith? I'll go to you and we'll go to JB after that. We talked about the penalties, living in the gray area. What's some things we need to do to fix this, you think, man? What's holding us back here?
I think the main thing with penalties is just following the fundamental, right? That's the main thing with penalties. It's it's having yourself not false start, having yourself not jump off sides. If you see a player's name on the back of their jersey, don't block that guy. That's a block in the back right there. Yeah. Just doing the small, fundamentally sound things would stop the penalties. Like you mentioned, JT, some of those penalties, and the ref should swallow the whistle and not call. The one on LT Overton, that was a clean play. That was a clean play. And if Brady Cook Brady Cook knew I'm not healthy going to this game. Then don't play.
Don't play.
Because you're out there, you're playing. You're saying, hey, I want to get hit. I'm out here. I'm playing.
Yeah.
Well, if you're out there, you're in the line of fire, you're going to get hit. Plain and simple. If you don't want to get hit, then you don't play in the football game. But you play in the football game. So guess what, buddy? You're going to get hit. So I felt like that call should not have happened. But I think just being more fundamentally disciplined for Alabama will negate the penalties. I think another thing that's holding Alabama back, and I mentioned this, Nick Sheridan consistently has to trust the Russian attack. He has to.
That's a good look at it.
You can't just have it 1 week and then the next week, I'm going to go back to what I was doing. No, if you are seeing the running game work and you are seeing the physicality these backs are playing with when they're given the opportunity to run the football, you stick with that because that is Alabama's ability to put the game away. We saw against Missouri for the first time this season, we've been able to put a game
joyless
away.
Murder ball, baby. And I never thought I missed it that much.
Putting the game away. That's number two. I think the third thing that's holding us back is Bama back. We don't know the full health right now that is Milroe. The coaches aren't saying anything. Milroe's not saying anything. Missouri game, he got better, as JB mentioned, the second half. The first half, he was missing guys. Didn't look like himself against South Carolina or Tennessee, especially from the Milroe we saw against Wisconsin and Georgia. So, number one, you got to look at what is Milroe's health for real. Is he really dealing with something, or is this a situation where he's not dealing with anything and he's got to really get back to fully where he was against Wisconsin and Georgia? If it is a health thing, the bye week has come at the perfect time. Get that man healthy because you're going down to LSU next week. You're going to need a healthy Milroe. You're going to go down to LSU next week. You're going to need that guy, full-on ability to run, full-on ability to step into the throw, full-on ability to be a playmaker out there, on the field. So there it is.
Yeah. And to piggyback on that, Steven, like I said last week and probably the week before, it's a difference between being hurt and injured. So guys are playing hurt because, you get banged up. You have to go through treatment throughout the week. You may have some nagging injury, but if you're injured, if you have a broken bone or you have like a groin injury or something like hamstring, you can't really play with that because you can't run. Now, Milroe was still running. He looked like he wasn't at full stride, but he was still making plays. He still had a big run where he looked like Willie Beeman on any given Sunday on one play. He made a big run for about 25, 30 yards. But also, the bye week at a great time. He can heal up if all the little nagging injuries that's going on, whatever it is, and hopefully he can be as close to 100% as he's been coming into going to Del Valley next weekend. But what's holding Bama back, I had an epiphany after watching the game, after sleeping on it. It's simple. Execution. We're not executing at a high level. And if people want to blame the coaches, you blame Sheridan for the play calling, you blame Wommack for his 4-2-5. No, it's not them. It's the execution. Because they're dialing up good plays. Sheridan's called a good game, but some of the plays weren't executed right. Some of the passes the timing was off. Guys were open, but the timing was off. I saw Ryan Williams going across the middle with nobody, and the timing, Milroe just didn't know how to hit him. He probably didn't know if Ryan was going to break off the route or if he was going to keep going. And you saw that a couple times where the plays are there, they're just not making them. So they just have to execute better from the O-line, the D-line, all the way around. You have to execute. And we can say this about each and every team that plays college football. If you don't execute to a high level, you don't win ball games. And Alabama has just been at a high standard for so long We as fans expect it. We expect
Yeah.
our execution to be top tier because we only lose a game or two a year, if that. But we have to sit back and say, hold on, this looks good, but it can get better. That means they're working on executing from the fundamentals to everything in between. So that's what I see. If they execute well, nobody can beat Alabama at executing top tier level because we have top talent at every position. Every position.
I agree, especially with the top level talent at every position. I agree. Execution, same thing, and execution goes back to the penalties. When you talk about penalties, that's execution. You got to execute properly. Especially I saw somebody say in the comments, pre-snap penalties is mental errors. That's all that is. If there's pre-snap stuff happening, that's mental errors. There's something mentally going on. We got to get some mental right on some guys. But overall, guys, a lot of people in the comments are saying that this wasn't an improvement. I've seen that a couple times from people. I do think it's an improvement. One, let me tell you why it's an improvement. We got a W. I don't care how you look at it. You got a W. That's an improvement. It don't matter what. You got an improvement. Also, now you want to talk about another improvement. We allowed 0 points. Okay, so that's an improvement. You know, there's other things to look at too. The defense looked decent. Now, granted, I know Brady Cook went out there the whole time, but hey, I mean, we can't help that, man. We got to play the game that's played in front of us. I can't help that somebody went out there. We can't play if, can, would, should have been, all that stuff. I can do that all day. We can say if Tua wasn't hurt in 2019, we'd beat LSU. Okay, so we can do what ifs all day. I'm not with the what if game, but Bama played good. Bama got the W. Bama won. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's got to transpire in the next week and a half before we head over to LSU, for sure. We'll kind of move on to our next topic real quick. Let's see, bye week breakdown, getting ready for LSU. What needs fixing? Will Keon Sabb be back? Can they come out strong like they did against UGA? So the getting ready for LSU, I think to open this can, to get ready for LSU, we've spoke about it throughout the whole show already. Kind of Milroe healthy. Let's gather everybody up. Let's build off this win. Okay, good win, top 25 win. Let's go build off of it. Let's rally the troops. Let's get ready to go to battle in a week and a half. Let's get a good game plan going. We saw what Nick Sheridan can do when the first half is scripted, which is what he did in the Georgia. That was scripted almost. Okay. We saw what happened there, but there was no adjustments. We saw what happened there. All right. So Stephen M. Smith, bye week breakdown. Give me your takes on this. You know, what's Bama need fixing right here with this? Do you think we need to obviously get Milroe healthy? You think we'll get Keon Sabb back? Maybe possibility on that. And do you think they can come out strong like they did against Georgia? You know.
Well, absolutely. You want to get players. You want to get players rested up, healed up, that are banged up, going through some nagging tough injuries. Another thing you want to do is you want to not only come out fast offensively like you did against Georgia, but you also want to take the heart out of LSU early in Death Valley. Yes. That is a tough, crazy, wild environment to play in, especially at night. And I've been there a few times at night. That place is different. So seeing Mike the Tiger in a cage, that's different. So if you are Alabama in this moment here, if you're Kane Wommack, how do you take LSU's quarterback Nussmeier and make him just completely uncomfortable in this game? How do you make him completely uncomfortable? How do you make him completely frustrated? How do you take him out of his element? You're going up against one of your former receivers, Aaron Anderson. How do you be physical with him? Take him out of his equation, out of his element. On the flip side, offensively, you're going up against some great talent there at LSU. Nick Sheridan. You did this against Georgia. You came out very, very strong. Can you have two halves of that? Or at least a half of that, and then the second half you have a counter of, can I put this on the back of the offensive line run the football, and take the clock. So that those are some things that as you look at the bye week. As far as Keon Saab, I know he's going to be out for a while, according to Kane and DeBoer playing on a broken foot there. I think you're going to see Bryson Hubbard again in this game.
Yeah. The only reason I brought that part up, there was a few questions asked from some people. I thought about just covering the topic real quick. People had asked just so people could kind of get just a broken foot. You're probably looking at, if we make it to the playoffs, late playoff run. If we make that's what I'm saying. If we make the playoffs, I would say, you're going to be looking in December, and he'll definitely be back, we would definitely need some depth. But Bray would get a lot of PT, which would be good experience. Also, this is good experience going forward, too, because Moore will probably be a first-round draft pick in April. Shout out to Moore. I'm praying on that. I hope that happens. So then you're looking at Bray and Saab back there next year, possibly. So this is good PT right now.
Yeah. This is good for Bray to build his confidence. Yes. Bray's a physical kid at 6'2", 204. He's a physical kid. We have seen him make tackles, but now we've also seen him being able to play the football in the air as well with the interception. So this is big for Bray. This is also big for guys like King Mack. This is PT for him. Mack. I mean, this is PT for King Mack. This is PT for Bray.
Deshaun Jones. I saw Deshaun Jones a little bit out there.
Deshaun Jones, Day Jones, PT for him. This is PT for Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. We saw Dre Jr. get into the game late. So
legendary.
This injury to Saab, although he's a veteran guy and you hate when injuries happen, it opens up the door for other players to get reps, build confidence, and build depth. Kane Wommack is seeing what his depth is made of right now. He's talked about guys having the next man up mentality and being ready when your number's called. Well, here is Bray Hubbard. Here is King Mack. Here's Deshaun Jones. These guys are stepping up with their number being called, and they're getting valuable reps here for their confidence.
I saw Zay Mincy back there and playing safety.
Mincy, I saw they moved Mincy back there.
Mincy was out there, and he made a big hit out there.
4 tackles on that in the fourth quarter.
Mincy's tall too.
He's getting valuable reps right now. He's another one.
Hey, to hold your breath real quick on this. Remember when we moved Eddie Jackson from cornerback to safety? We saw that, but you see Eddie Jackson's height is. I think Mincy ain't tall. I think Eddie's a little bit taller than Mincy was, but. Hey, right now, trying back there, he turns out to be decent, and you go back there in the safety range, who knows what you might discover there, because that Eddie Jackson move, when they moved him, that was one of the best moves I've ever seen, dude. That was like elite. But, JB, real quick, man, bye week breakdown.
Man, listen, we need to, like I'm saying, get healthy. I'm gonna ask Steven real quick. Jalen Hale, you heard anything about Jalen Hale?
Oh, good question.
Right now, still pushing through his rehab. He's been out there, with the guys. But I've said this: I would look for him to possibly take a medical red shirt and come back. Okay. I mean, if he's able to come back by the playoff, then that would be outstanding. But it looks more and more like he may take a medical red shirt and come back.
And what about Cole
that would
Adams?
Be nice.
Cole Adams went out.
Man,
Cole Adams, I saw him walk out on crutches. His foot was wrapped up there. According to Coach DeBoer, it is something that he's going to miss some time here. Okay. He didn't miss any time with the arm, and I hate that for Cole because he was finally starting to pop a little bit more. But I think Cole is going to miss some time here with this foot.
We'll get some of those guys back, though.
We're going to need some wide receivers to step up then. You know what I'm saying?
This is why. Here you go, Emmanuel Henderson. Here you go, Caleb Odom. Here you go, Rico Scott. Here you go, Amari Jefferson. Here you go, Bubba Hampton. Here you go.
Mm-hmm. Give Kalen a couple more pop passes out the backfield, man.
Listen here. Kalen is a first down machine, man. He gets the ball, it's a first down. Damn near every time he gets the ball, it's a first down.
Well, even with that, Kobe Prince is getting the flow, man. Getting the flow.
Yeah, and he had a deep shot yesterday, man. And that was coming to me where I was sitting. He got lost. Kobe got lost on the ball, man. That was it. Kobe got a little lost when Kobe went like this, and he went over to look. And right when he went over to look, the ball went right over his head.
That goes
a little
with,
bit off placement.
Repetition and camaraderie. He went out with the concussion. He missed some time.
Yeah.
And he hadn't really got back in the groove. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they were off. Him and Jalen was off yesterday. They missed about 3 that could have been there. They was right there, and they kind of missed them. So, I don't know. They need to work on that. So, the bye week, we got an extra week to get all this ready, dial up some stuff, get some quick passes out, get some of these receivers involved who hadn't been involved, like the Caleb Odoms and the guys like that. Get them involved because we're going to need them. Cole Adams was a significant piece in the offense. He's down. We need somebody to step up. We really
Punt
do.
returns, bro. We're definitely going to need somebody.
Did Barkley go to the locker room too? Did he get banged up?
He bobbled the ball, man.
Bach got banged up, but Bach isn't that serious.
Okay.
Bach isn't that serious at all. So
okay.
I think Bach, Nick and a bruise, he'll up through.
He'll be good.
The bye week, he'll be okay. Another receiver though, Jaron Hamilton. This is the time for him. It is a time for him to jump in there as well. But on punt return,
he's number 16.
Yeah, he's number 16. So on punt return, you got Bach, you got Ryan Williams. I mean, at some point, you may want to look at. I mean, at some point, you may want to look at Trot and Dre Jr. back there on punt return. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how his hands are, but I know how fast he is. But King Mack's one of the fastest on the field. And I'll tell you, depending on how his hands is, King Mack would not be bad back there with his speed.
King Mack wouldn't be bad back there either. So, I mean, with Cole kind of resting up here, I would look at just trying some different guys behind Mbakwe and Ryan to see, who could give you the best picture there on punt return.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you one of the most important things for the bye week, they need to practice every day as loud as you can get it, because Del Valle is going to be the loudest environment. You thought Tennessee was loud. This is going to be extremely loud because this is a damn playoff game. LSU can't afford to lose another game either. They can't afford it.
Look, JB, they better be playing neck all week during the bye week. They better be playing. I'm from Louisiana. I'm from the boot every week in the bye week. They better play every LSU theme song through the bye week to get them prepared.
Yeah, loud as hell. It's got to be, because that's really what, dude, the false starts put us 5 yards. We go behind the chain so much because of false starts, pre-snap penalties, because we can't hear. Or the ball gets snapped before Jalen's ready for it. That right there could be a game changer. On the road, in a pivotal environment, when the game's tight, that could be a game changer.
Well, guys, it was a game changer. You go back 2 weeks ago against Tennessee. Yeah. Alabama opened that drive up with 2 penalties. It was 1st and 25.
And then it's 3rd and 20 before you know it.
Yeah. Alabama already got off on the wrong foot with penalties against Tennessee on the road. You go back and you look at Vanderbilt on the road. Got off to a bad start. Why? Penalties.
Pick 6. Yeah, penalties, pick 6.
I know you guys want us to, I saw in the chat, run the ball. All right, so we weren't able to run the ball on Tennessee. We only had 2 yards of pop. Against Missouri, we had 7 yards of pop. You can run the ball at 7 yards of carry. You can't run the ball at 2 yards of carry.
No.
If you run on first down and you get 2, you run on second down, you get 2. It's 3rd and 6. You cannot do that all game. You're going to have to get 5 yards or better on first down to be able to run the ball successfully against a team on the road. You got to get 5 yards of carry. Got to.
Yeah, especially on 3rd down, you got to get ahead of the sticks. I mean, on first down, you got to get ahead of the sticks for 3rd down. So what I mean by that, on first down, getting 3-4 yards, that's huge. Second down, 3-4 yards, huge. Setting there, you want to be in 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 3s, 4s, maybe 5, but you don't want too much after that, especially not on the road, like JB was saying. You get the crowd out of this, though, early, like Stephen M. Smith touch base. Get the crowd out of this early. Yep. You, like, for example, let's say we get the ball first. Go score. Stop them. We score again, that crowd's going to be quiet. If we go up 10-0, 14-0, Crowd's only quiet, especially if we get another stop and we're already up 2 scores. That crowd will be silenced. And I think at that point, that's when Bama's got to put their foot on the gas and go. So bye week breakdown for me, like you guys said, let's get healthy. Let's worry about the right things. Let's put first things first so we can get first things and put second things second. Because if you put second things first, guess what? You don't get first things first. So we got to put first things first. And DeBoer knows what that is. The coaching staff knows what that is. There's a lot of different things you can run with that. I honestly think that Milroe and the boys will get it done on the road. And I'll give an early prediction right here. Bama 27, LSU 20. I think Bama gets it late. I think it's gonna be a good game though, guys. It's gonna be a cruncher right here. It's a playoff game, like JB said. This is basically your season ain't over if you lose this game, but it's over for the playoffs. I mean, you're gonna play for a good bowl game. You're gonna get a decent bowl game. Probably a 3-loss team. You're gonna get a good bowl game. And it's no hate to the bowl games or teams that make the bowl games. You know what I'm saying? That's that. But Bama's got to know that. LSU knows that. The media knows that. I would not be surprised if game day is not going to be in Baton Rouge for this one because the stakes are high. Very high, guys. So that was our topics tonight, guys. JB, let the folks know who we sponsor by with Title Tower real quick, man. And we're going to get into the fans' questions real quick, guys.
Shouts out to the good people at Whitwell Sports, man. Get your Title Tower. Support the Crimson Tide 24/7. Go to whitwellsports.com. Use the promo code STANDARD. Get you a nice discount. Courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standards.
Boom. The Bama Standard. So, it's been a great show, guys. It's been a great show. You guys been great in the audience, doing in the comment sections. Let's pull them up, Justin. I'm going to go first. We'll let JB go. We'll let Stephen F. Smith go. We'll run like that. So, Kat got us right here. Kat said, will the coaching staff use Jalen like they're supposed to and let him run through LSU? Could be a repeat of last year if they do. Kat, you talked to me on Twitter about this earlier. I was going to say something a minute ago with Stephen F. Smith, how he said we learned how to run the ball. We can't forget how to. You know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of like last year. Tommy Reese learned, hey, Jalen Milroe can run the ball. So we ran the ball with him last year against LSU. And then we just forgot he could run the ball the rest of the season or anything else he could do and try to make him play like Tom Brady. So I think they do let him run, but that's also going to be depending on what LSU gives us versus his health too. Because like we said, not saying Milroe's injured, but he's banged up a little bit. When you're banged up, you don't play to that full. You don't get those cuts. You don't get that one last step to make that go. You don't get that 4th and 1 against Georgia when Milroe was healthy. When he hit that corner and outran everybody, that's a healthy Milroe.
Yeah.
Right now, Milroe couldn't do that because somebody will catch him because it's lingering on him. So, Kat, to answer that, it's going to kind of depend on his health versus what LSU throws at us too. So.
And the O-line too, man. It depends on the O-line.
Yeah.
If they want to come play ball, if they want to block and open up running lanes, then we going to run the damn ball.
Right, it's true. Pull that next one up for JB, Justin.
Chapman family. Stephen Smith, you sound much relaxed. Unlike last week, you crying about bringing Pro back. Stephen, what?
Look, man. So Chapman, okay. Chapman, when you go back against you go back to the South Carolina game, that was tough. That was tough. That was difficult to watch. The Tennessee game was tough, and that was difficult to watch. Last week, we saw a remnant of Bama can still bully teams. And that's what we want to see. Is it still there, or has it completely diminished? It has not completely diminished, which is good. It's still there. So now you build off of that. Kane Wommack, good coach. Right coach for this defense. Back-to-back weeks, Coach Kane's been forcing turnovers. The last 3 weeks, Coach Kane this defense has forced 10 turnovers, 10 takeaways the last 3 weeks. Yep. So Kane's the right guy. It goes back to what JB mentioned. It's the execution of it all. It's the execution on offense. It's the execution on defense. So they do this. The coaching staff do this. The players do this. then you can get an Alabama team that can go down in the Death Valley and take LSU. You get an Alabama team that can go into Oklahoma down the road and take Oklahoma. You get an Alabama team that can take Auburn down, and then you're looking at the committee going, hey, we are one of the best 12. So it started off with Missouri. Now you look at, okay, let's look at LSU. Let's bring the same energy to Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is right. I'm with that. Pull that next one up, JB. Get this one real quick.
Joe Edwards, what we need to do to stop all these damn penalties.
Man.
Hey, like some of them comes down to pre-snap. That means everybody need to be on the same page. Nobody move early. Be where you're supposed to be. Do what you're supposed to do. Some of the stuff, the after the play stuff, of course, that's discipline. You have to be smart about that. And some of the stuff, the referee just call it be ticky-tack. You know?
Yeah.
So
and some of it also, guys, some of it are just effort plays. Now, penalties off effort plays you can live with. If a guy is giving you nonstop effort and he just gets a penalty, that's one of those things. Hey, come here, son. I can live with that. I love the effort. Just do this right here. Some of that you can live with. Mm-hmm. Now, the false starts, the offsides, the block in the back, that you can't live with. The unsportsmanlike where, hey, you don't let that guy sucker you in. You walk away from that. Some of that, that's your mentality. Hey, I can't be doing that. But then there are some plays where your guys are giving full-blown effort and doing the best they can do, and there's a call right there made. Some of that, you tell the ref, throw the whistle away, man. That's my guy giving full on it. I can't tell him not to give effort.
Yeah.
And that's what the coaches do. That's when they coaches get in the referee ass. No diddy. Because you my guys for giving effort. Come on, man. Give a little slack.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. Let's pull up this next one real quick. Defense played great, but still wonder why our offense can't score TDs at will against a humble team. So we talked about that real quick. The offense is going through a couple different things right now, with growing pains between the O-line to the wide receivers connecting, pressuring Nick Sheridan to running the ball more right now. So I think they're still trying to develop this offense. I think it's more time than what we've wanted. I know we're 7 games in, but I think it's better late than never right now that we see things kind of coming together slowly but surely going into the bye week. So that's actually really good right now.
I got a little bit to add to that. You all recall in the beginning of the season, they said this is going to be more of a pass-heavy team, pass attack. Okay, so Bama's known for running the football, opening up for the pass. So we're seeing different styles. They haven't found the identity yet. They don't know if they want to be a pass happy. They don't know if they want to be run happy. They're trying to find a good balance, and it's just taking longer than we expected.
That's what it is. I mean, and then also a lot of times with Alabama, it's a feel it out process, especially that first quarter. That first quarter, you're trying to feel out that opponent. What is that opponent going to do? Are they going to show us something different that we haven't seen on film? What are they going to come out with? How are they going to attack this team? So for Alabama, for these coaches, a lot of it, that first quarter is a feel them out process. That's why you see in the second quarter, most times in games this season, Alabama starts scoring in the second quarter. Now, it needs to get off definitely more consistent, faster starts, but it's because, hey, that first quarter, we're trying to feel out this team. Now, the only game where it didn't do that, Georgia, it came out just on fire against Georgia. But and that's the type of fire that you want to see from this team every single week. But a lot of times for Bama, it's a fill it out process. And going back to what JB mentioned, this is a team that early on it thought, hey, we're going to be a pass-happy group. Now it's like, okay, we can run the football, we can take some clock, we can sustain some drives. They're trying to figure out what is our true identity. What can we do better than anybody else, in college football? And so they're starting to kind of find it game by game.
I agree with you. Game by game right there. Stephen M. Smith, grab this one real quick from Joe.
Joe Edwards, do you think we need to blitz more on defense? I can see it, Joe, but you got to have the guys on the field that can get home if you do it. That's where if you blitz on defense, you got to have Justin Jefferson on the field. If you blitz on defense, you got to have Jihad Campbell on the field. If you blitz on defense, you got to have dudes on the field with speed that can hit home, with that pressure. And that's why, should Kane Wommack decide to blitz more, he's got to have his guys in the field that when I call this package, these guys that I'm sending, they are going to get home.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to get caught with your hands in your pants on a blitz like that with nobody in the backfield. JB, take this one real quick for us.
Joe Evans got another question. What do the OC need to do about our offense? We have too much talent to go 3 and out so many times on offense. I think we need different schemes and stop being predictable. Well, I saw a little different yesterday. I saw them do some little short passes, some little wide receiver screens. Yeah. I guess trying to open up because they're gonna kind of pressure us. They're gonna try to take away the deep ball first. And you saw when Ryan Williams, he hasn't made the big plays that he was making a couple of weeks ago. Now we have to find different ways to execute. The OC, I'm just gonna be straight out with it. It has to implement this thing how they want to go. Like we just mentioned, what's the identity of the team? Are we going to start off running the ball? It's going to open up the pass. I saw a couple play action passes that worked yesterday. So maybe we started play action, but you got to remember, we have to get positive yards, positive gains when we run the ball on first down and second down. If not, we're going to be stuck in third and longs, and we're going to be passing because we're not moving the ball effectively.
I agree, JB. Got to. Tristan, the mayor of T-Town. Are we really going to play? Are we really going to play that like this game? Like we didn't know what's holding us back on offense. So I assume you're like, I guess you're talking about like Milroe.
Not Milroe.
It's not Milroe. I know, guys, some of y'all in the comments, I'm going to just end this, and I'm not talking about it no more. Like, I will refuse to talk about it on my show from now on, period, okay? I'm in it after this unless DeBoer changes quarterbacks, then we will. If Ty Simpson was that damn good, he would be starting, okay? If he was that damn good, DeBoer would not be putting his job on the line. Listen to us, bitch, every week, okay? Stop. To fucking stop. Dang, man, it is ticking me off, bro. If he was that good, bro would be on the field. These coaches ain't out here playing to listen to us bitch about this. Dang.
He got on the field.
Yeah, after Milroe had the game in hand. All right. And I'm sorry, it's no hate on Ty. He gonna have his shot, all right? And if I'm wrong about him, I'm wrong about him. He gonna have his shot though, okay? It'll be next year. Or if Milroe goes down, which God fearing, I'm hoping nobody wants that. I pray to God, even if you don't want Milroe our quarterback, you don't wish that. Because I don't wish Peyton Thorne to get hurt, and I hate Auburn. Right, I don't wish nobody on their team to get hurt because that is wrong. But Milroe's the guy. Get over it or go to Auburn, all right? Get the hell over it or go to Auburn. Or send DeBoer a letter, like Deborah just said in things. Send DeBoer a damn letter.
Yeah.
Send him a damn
letter.
His
inbox.
Golly.
Yeah.
But
and
man, it's not Milroe.
We're not playing musical quarterbacks. It don't work.
This ain't Texas. This ain't no damn Texas, all right? We got one. This is it. Yeah, Jarvis, JT Spit, you right I am, bro, because that one got me right there, bro. But run that next one, Justin. That one's gonna get me, bro. That Milroe jump. JB, Arno Stephen Smith is on you. Get this one real quick, bro.
Well, JT, it looks like you're gonna have to continue that. God damn! Magic Speed 13. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Milroe doesn't look good passing or running the ball. Wow. All right. Continuing the sermon that JT just took us on there. Milroe, first and foremost, we do have to ask ourselves this question. is he playing at 100% magic speed 13? Because if he's not, you're not going to look good passing or running the football if you're not at your full healthy capacity. Of course, Jalen Milroe is not going to say he's going through an injury. No player is going to sit there and announce, I'm hurt. Of course, the coaching staff is not going to come out there if they don't have to and say, well, Milroe's going through something. If the coaching staff can conceal and keep to themselves everything they can, that's what they're going to do. If Milroe can sit there and conceal and not reveal what he's going through, that's what the brother's going to do. But we can all look out and see that he's not at that 100% gear. We can all see that. And it don't take a rocket scientist. Hey, I can move my glasses off my face and I can still see that. And I'm partially blind.
Stephen M. Smith, when he got tackled in the end zone on that play, when he stretched out corner pylon right there, I was right there at that end zone. All right, he knows eyes are on him, obviously. So you get up gingerly, boom, boom. But I could see it. The moment he stood up, I could see it. You can see it a little. If you're looking close enough, you can see it. He stands up, he shakes it off, but you can tell it's a stinger. It's nothing like super major. It's just a stinger where it's just like something's naggy.
So he's banged up. Whether it could be an ankle, I don't know. I'm not trying to play doctor here. Right. Whether it could be an ankle, whether it could be a knee, don't know what the issue is. But the main thing is we have seen Milroe 100%. We saw it against Wisconsin. We saw it against Georgia. He is not that these last few weeks here. So what he's going to have to do, you're going to have to get him healthy. Get him to Jeff Allen. Jeff Allen, you do what you do. Get him into that hot tub, cold tub treatment. Get him, back right. I mean, Jeff Allen been doing this for a long time. Milroe's in good hands with Jeff Allen and this team medical staff. Get Milroe around this team medical staff. Let them do what they do and have Milroe back to go against LSU.
Yeah, I'm with you, Stephen M. Smith. Everything he said. It's all about health.
I just saw a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback by the name of Jaden Daniels banged up last week. Go out there. He was questionable all week. Go out there and play the game today and won the game.
Do a Hail Mary.
Yep, he's not 100%. But you know what they say? You keep asking about these players. The coach said, well, he's a little bit banged up, but he'll be ready to go.
Hey, so Magic Speed, you said learn football. You said learn football. Everybody sees Milroe can't throw. All right, bro. So real quick, in case everybody don't know, like Stephen M. Smith, what he does for his job is actually football and covers it well more than anybody in this comment box or anything. So he knows what he's talking about, dog.
To answer, Milroe can't throw. So the brother did not throw for 374 passing yards against Georgia, a career high.
Against the best defense in the country.
On the road in College Station last year, 300 plus too.
So he didn't go over 300 plus yards against A&M and College Station. Mm-hmm. So we're going to act like that was just amnesia. So we're going to act like that didn't happen. So we're going to turn a blind eye to that. So we're going to act like we need some. So we act like we got some cataracts in our eyes and didn't see that. So that's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really what we're doing now.
That's what we're doing.
Okay. I'm just saying. I saw Jalen Milroe throw for over 370 some yards against Georgia. I was there. I saw it.
Also, Stephen M. Smith, I've looked at a lot of draft boards. I know right now it's late October, early November, and they're going to change before April. But Milroe's the second quarterback right now on the board. And if he can't throw, I'm pretty sure the multi-billion-dollar business the NFL is that he wouldn't be projected number 2 overall.
I mean, he wouldn't be if he couldn't throw JB and JT. I don't think that'll be half the NFL at these Alabama games watching him if Milroe couldn't throw. Like if Milroe was that awful, I'm pretty sure half the league and then Jim Nagy and the Reese's Senior Bowl staff, who, by the way, they're the rite of passage game for those to play in the NFL. So I'm pretty sure if Milroe was awful, then Jim Nagy, his staff, the Reese's Senior Bowl, all of these NFL people would not be there to watch Milroe. I'm just saying.
Magic, man, I'm trying not to drop no. I'm trying to keep my language in check. And you in
We
the
got one more
comments
question.
about to get me going. Hit them here. Hit the questions, Justin. Will Martin Jr., what does that Vandy loss look like after yesterday? I think it's still roughly the same. I mean, I don't think it's like as bad. Vandy does like a really good team.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I think they took 2 early losses and made it look a little bit worse. I think Vandy's not as bad as everybody thinks. Obviously, the worst team in the SEC is Auburn, so it's not Vandy, so we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I don't think it's as bad.
I mean, let's honestly give Clark Lee credit. He has turned around the Vanderbilt program. Let's really give him credit. I mean, he found a quarterback in the portal, Diego Pavia. They've got physicality on offense and defense. Vandy's a different team than what they were when we saw them as kids on Jefferson Pilot Sports. This is a way different Vandy team than what it was back then. It's way different. So you got to give Vandy, Clark Lee, some credit for changing this program around.
Yep. So, guys, great show tonight, guys. Thank you guys for hanging with us. Before you leave, though, got to talk about everything that's coming up on the week, though, guys. We got the opening kick going to kick off tomorrow. That's Monday nights. Daniel Petty, Smoke on there as well. Smoke Dixon. Check both of them out there. And great show there. Then on Tuesday, we got the flagship show. Stephen and Smith's on there with the Bama standard, Justin Riley. Crowd roars, rah, 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 rah. The Bama Standards Live, guys, the flagship show here that helps keep everybody informed, keep everybody in line. Right behind them, you got the Final Whistle, guys. Make sure you check them out. Got a lot of great stuff going on there. On Wednesday, we got my man JB, part of the Crimson Dynasty with She, one of the best hosts on the planet right now. She is fantastic at what she does. JB is doing a great job there as well. I peep in every other Wednesday. Check them out. And then something I am trying to – I'm finishing working on, guys. I hadn't got the fullness done yet. I'm going to talk with JB. But Talking Tide Hoops on Thursday nights. We're talking about doing that. Talking about that a thing. If you guys are interested, let me get some comments, see if you guys will be interested in that show. If I can get some more people feeling like they're interested and want to, keep up with the Tide Hoops too, we'll create a show for that. Got some insiders. JB's got some connections as well with Tide Hoops. JB's at damn near every game with Alabama basketball. So there's a lot of good stuff, with that too. And Alabama basketball is going to be really good this year too, guys. Don't know if y'all keep up or not. Going to be really good. But real quick before we go, JB, let the people know where they can follow you at, where they can find you at. And then Stephen and Smith, you go after that one, brother.
Hey, first of all, I got to let the people know this Tuesday night on the Bama Standard. Trent Richardson will be on the Bama Standard this Tuesday night. Don't forget that. Yeah, got Big Trent on the show. But y'all will find me on Twitter X at young_ENT_. Follow me on the IG and the YouTube channel, Sports Talking with JB. And find me here on Wednesday nights with C. Payne, Dan the Man James for the Crimson Dynasty. And this lovely show right here, Sunday Night Talking Bama, where the fans are involved. And we may fuss at you guys, but we still love you because we all family. And shout out to the Moore family, Miss Penny Moore and they family. Malachi, you playing his ass off this year. Stephen, where they can find you, boy?
Oh yeah, well they can find me tomorrow if I get this location from the communications department. They can find me tomorrow at the Monday morning quarterback meeting with Coach DeBoer. So Coach DeBoer will be at the Monday morning quarterback in Birmingham, very charitable organization there. So he'll be there tomorrow. I'm trying to get the location, whether it's supposed to be at the Sheraton Hotel or the Children's Hospital in Birmingham. I'm not quite sure at this time, but hopefully the university will answer my email so I can know where I'm supposed to be tomorrow to see DeBoer at the Monday morning quarterback. The fans can also find me Wednesday, I will be on campus to get the assistant coaches. And then Thursday for player interviews. So there's still media things going on in the bye week. They can find me on X as well at Coaching M. Smith. They can find me touchdownalabama.com. The articles are right there. You can find me here, you know, with the Bama Standard doing what I can. So I float around.
We got my man Stephen F. Smith all through the channel, guys, all through Alabama football. You guys can find me on Twitter. I am Jay Glaze. Find me on TikTok, Roll Tide Nation. A lot of good things going on, guys. I appreciate you guys. We started this show back the week after A-Day. We started this show, and this show has taken leaps and bounds from where we started it. And just so grateful for everything, guys. You guys are awesome. Justin, go ahead and close this out. We don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, baby. L's up.
Big lane, not the little one.
Big.